Hi, my name is Edward Mustafa, and this is my milestone 1 for Game 575. First, we're going to go over my model converter. So what we have here is that my model converter takes an FBX file, converts the data into a format that can be loaded into my model viewer, and then exports the converted data into binary files. What I have here is a batch script. I'm going to open this right now. This batch script goes ahead and runs 4 different models. As you can see here, 4 different models are converted. We have the Space Frigate, Buggy, Warbear, and Astro Boy. And what it does is that when it runs the FBX file, it creates 3 different types of binary files. The first one is a VBO for the vertex buffer. The next one is a triangle list. Then it also creates a file for the TGA. And while I'm going over this, I'm going to go ahead and run this because it takes a while to run. I'm going to go ahead and convert this. And as you can see, it's running. So back to the bash script. So initially what it does is it deletes all the binary files out, if there are any, runs Space Frigate, creates separate binary files for the vertex buffer, for the triangle list, and for the TGA. It then packs that all up to one file, archive file called a .spu file. And when it processes each one, it then takes all the .spu files and copies them into the source directory for the game engine. And that's what we have here at the bottom. Alright. So right now it's on the buggy, still running. One other thing that my converter does is that it exports the TGA file in a binary. So it reads the TGA file, converts it to a binary, and then exports that out. So when you load it into the engine, there is no .tga file that is used. Everything has been converted inside of the converter and passed to the game engine. My converter also has a header file, and the header file basically contains the number of vertices for a model. It has the texture data for the model. And it also has the number of triangles for a model. So this is still running. And once this is done, it takes a little while because this is running through each and every one and creates a file. But once this is done, we'll open up the game engine. So the converter is a command line executable file, and it also why it also creates the binary files. It also creates a log file. That's a .txt file that you can read, and it has all the data in here as well. So we'll take a look at Warbear while this is running. And again, this text file has all the necessary data. Here's all the polygons. Sorry, this here are the vertices. Then we have the VBF, FBX fats. It's a triangle list before sorted. It's a sorted list. And the VBO verts. And at the bottom we have my header data, which is the number of verts, number of triangles, the texture name, the model size, the P bits, which is the TGA in binary, and the size of the texture as well. In Warbear we have 2 textures. Alright, so the conversion has been done. We're going to go over to the game engine. and we're going to open this up. So when you run a game engine, we have multiple models here that load in. We have Astro Boy, we have Buggy, we have Warbear, and we have Space Frigate. All three of these have bottom spears. You can cut on, turn off. And we also can rotate the camera around. This is rotate the camera over horizontally or vertically. We also have different cameras, so each model has its own separate camera. This is the camera for the Buggy, and you can rotate that one around the Buggy, or we have camera for the Space Frigate, camera for the Warbear. Warbear also has two textures on it that you can turn on and off. You can swap, so you can go from Polar Bear back to Warbear, back to Polar Bear, back to Warbear. That's Astro Boy. And there's two instances of Astro Boy here. One is a huge model, one is a small model. And we also have two instances of the Space Frigate. This is the big one here, and this is the small one. And that's my demo. Thank you.